Pressing record because I'm on the second day of Meditation for Mortals by Oliver Berkman. And honestly, when I come across a book where I want to highlight every single sentence and every single word feels like it's going straight to your heart and is literally talking to you, I feel the need to press record and just talk now. More than anything, because this is the whole point that he's talking about, and I want to. So, Meditations for Mortals. That's 28 meditations, which is an episode a day, a chapter a day that you read. It's paced, so you do once a day, and you take the key highlights. It's like 3 or 4 pages. I started yesterday, and today I'm on day 2, and it's crazy. Like, there's 4 pages, and I've highlighted so much, like you can't even understand. And I just want to read some of the highlights, and honestly, I could have highlighted all these pages, and I'm just going to read it. The main point, though it took me years to realize, is to develop the willingness to just do something here and now, as a one-off, regardless of whether it's part of any system or habit or routine. If you don't prioritize the skill of just doing something, you risk falling into an exceedingly sneaky trap, which is that you end up embarking instead on the unnecessary and worse, counterproductive project of becoming the kind of person who does that sort of thing. And this is key because of what he says next, which is the example. The problem I'm referring to arises like this. You want the peace and clarity you believe you derive from meditation. Say, so you resolve to become a meditator. You purchase a book on changing your habits, skim through it, then start figuring out how to best make a meditation habit stick. You order a meditation cushion. Perhaps you even get as far as sitting down to meditate, but then something goes wrong. Maybe the sheer scale of the project of becoming a meditator, that is, meditating day after day for the rest of your life, strikes you as daunting, so you decide to postpone the whole affair to some point in the future when you expect to have more energy and time. Alternatively, maybe the novelty of becoming a meditator positively thrills you until a week or two later when monotony sets in and the letdown feels so intolerable that you throw in the towel. What you could have done instead was to forget about the whole project of becoming a meditator and focus solely on sitting down to meditate once for 5 minutes. It's worth mentioning another version of this problem in which people try to become a different kind of person as a way to unconsciously avoid doing the activity in question, and this is what hit the straw for me. Suppose you want to start a business, but the prospect intimidates you. It's scary, of course. What better way to never quite get around it than to turn it into a long-term project? That way, you get to spend months doing research and undertaking brainstorming exercises and emulating the daily routine of one of your entrepreneurial idols, complete with 5 a.m. wake-ups and a hydration protocol, and you never have to do the scary thing at all. What he means is that you're so scared of doing the thing, which is the whole point, do the thing. You're so scared of doing that you trick yourself into thinking that the things around the main thing matter, like what time you wake up, when do you do it, what you do before, what you do after. And this is what Alex Hormozi really gets me, because he just says, get up, look at the thing straight into the face and fucking do it. Wake up 5 a.m., take a cup of coffee, and do the fucking thing. Just do the thing. Chris Williamson posts this every single day on Twitter. It's like, remember to do the thing. So you just have to do the thing. And honestly, it baffles me how fucking stupid like I can be. And crazy is that the good thing about reading a book like that, and that it strikes you as being so close to your experience, that you then realize that more people feel like you. And And honestly, like this next point, I swear this is the last bit I highlighted. That's like 4 pages in this chapter, I swear. You're merely the kind of person who spends your life drawing up plans for how you're going to become a different kind of person later on. This will sometimes garner you the admiration of others, since it can look from the outside like you're busily making improvements, but it isn't the same at all. So you just have to do the thing once with absolute no guarantee you'll ever manage it to do it again. But then perhaps you find that you do it again the next day or a few days later, and maybe again and again, until before you know it, you've developed the most remarkable thing. Not a willpower driven system, but the emergent practice of writing or meditating or listening to your kids or building a business. Something you do not solely to become a better sort of person. They may have that effect too, but because whatever you're bringing into reality right here on the rapids is worth bringing into reality for itself. You figure out what it is that you want to do, and you just go out and do it. And this video is addressed to myself because this last bit that I just read, what it talks about is to, from the outside, it looks like you're making progress. And it looks like you have your life figured out, or that you're going to the right way, and people look at you from the outside and they think that you know something that they don't, and that you really are doing the thing, but it's a shit wrapped in golden paper. It's not what it looks, and honestly, this is what makes you feel like a fraud sometimes, because you know that you could be doing it much better than you actually are, and basically you know the potential that you have, and you basically know that you're bullshitting yourself, and when someone looks up to you, you feel even more like a fraud, and I really feel that because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm scared of doing things. I don't do half of the things I want to do. I don't read half of the books I have. I start things, I leave them halfway because I'm scared. I don't want to fail. Like the list is infinite, and it's all because you're trying to avoid the thing. And if you sit down with yourself, you will know what the thing is. You just have to go for it and do it. And chapter 1 was, it's worse than you think. And meaning, if you think that your first video or your first book is gonna be shit, it probably will be, and it will be worse than you think, and it's gonna be shit, and you're gonna hate it, but you have to do it. Like, you have to go through the sets. You have to go for it, and you have to understand how that it's worse to not do it. Like, you're either haunted by the feeling of not doing it, or you're haunted by the feeling of not being as good as you thought it might be. And this is the trap that you need to leave behind, like all these expectations of because this is why social media is toxic in a way, not because the whole thing is, but because unconsciously we compare ourselves. And that's why they say that if you want to create, you don't have to consume. Because if you get trapped by the consumption, you then compare your creations with the consumptions that you make, and you will always lose. So let go of your expectations. It's going to be bad. Like, this video is going to be shit, and it is what it is. Like, I don't care. I'm feeling very liberated right now because it's just gonna be shit, and that's it. Like, I don't fucking care at this point. I just need to make it out. I just need to do it, and that's it. And I want to do it, so I don't want to feel trapped by the feeling that it's not going to be good enough. I want my feeling of wanting to do it to be bigger and have more weight than the the fear that I have of not being as good or being judged or anything. Like, just leave that aside and just do it. Let go and just do, and that's it. Yeah, that's it.